YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. We've got something all new for you today. It's the 1.9 meter Catalina PBY-5A. Okay, and this thing is awesome. We set ours up with differential thrust and thrust reverse. If I use those terms interchangeably, it's by accident. And then yes, look at this. Sweet retracts, also known as locking floats. We're gonna put those out. We'll back taxi out for you so you can see how awesome the thrust reverse works. Oh yeah, and the differential thrust, it will turn you on a dime. As you can see here, you can actually go in 360-degree turns, no problem. I did set up flaperons, never used them on my first flight. Full disclosure, it's our second flight. It's much calmer. We're hoping for a better experience. And without further ado, we're gonna get going. Here we go. You good, camera crew?
Yeah.
Up go the gear. Oh, that looks so dang good. The silver is beautiful. I have been longing to slow this plane down so bad. Ever since I got it out of the box, I said that thing is gonna lumber and look delicious. But when you fly in wind, you gotta keep your speed up. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I'm going over your head. Beautiful. Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it? So guys, the AS3X is on right now. We're gonna go right around the structure here. A little bit of differential thrust to help make the tight turn. Bringing it down by the tree line. Outside pass, okay, outside pass to the damn runway. Beautiful, guys. That plane is gorgeous. Tons of power to get out of the hole. Look at that, guys. Out of the throttle now, just respecting it, giving it a chance to relax. 3,200 4S. 50 seat pack, inside pass this time. Camera crew, you good?
Yeah.
Guys, we're just getting used to these lines. So thank you for being patient with us as we learn them. It's a new filming environment for us too. It's actually new for everybody because this pond is only about 1 year old. As of when it was full last year, about 14 months old. It's a baby still. And these trees were part of the pond build. That cherry that I just flew straight out from, that used to be at the end of the runway. Okay, so I want to see how the takeoff flaps respond. Oh yeah, slows it down. Okay, now out of the flaps, I was in the takeoff flaps. My apologies, folks. I didn't realize it. But I gotta say, the AS3X and Safe are working really, really well on this. It is AS3X Plus, full disclosure. You can actually equip this with a steerable rudder. I do not have a water rudder installed on mine. There are no mechanical retracts, as in landing gear, just the floats, okay? So hopefully that's gonna make sense to everybody, and we don't mean to be deceptive to anybody in any way. But at the end of the day, the real Catalina has beautiful, cool retracts, and I kind of wish it did. Okay, so let's see what happens when we try to slow it down. I wanna see if I can get enough. Oh yeah, even with landing flaps, I have pretty good roll authority still, folks. Beautiful. Forgot the gear, dang it. Oh, put the gear out, no problem. Okay, so we're at a back taxi. As you can see, I forgot to put the gear out, and so it let one of the wingtips come down. Camera crew, could you see that?
No.
Okay. The camera crew is going to now move when necessary. And I gotta say, what an absolutely gorgeous plane, guys. She's gonna go out to the dock, and I'll actually switch spots with her this time. I love the differential thrust, works so good on this plane, and what a beautiful night for it. Nice, calm weather, unlike our first flight, which you guys will probably be seeing both of them. Man, that is so gorgeous. Love it, guys, love it. I have my warning set up for 10 minutes. I'm gonna take back off here, take off flaps in, light on its feet, out of the gear, climbing out of the flaps. Guys, the flaperons are not necessary, but it's good practice. And man, oh man, I love flying this thing. It is so much fun. But like I said, my only qualm right now, and don't mark it against the plane, is I'm still getting used to this flying environment. We've always flown in tight areas, folks, but this is new, and new means different, and different means more likely to have accidents, mistakes, and I'm trying to give myself a wide berth down the damn runway, hon. Right over the drains. Goodness gracious, that thing is so sweet. We have a crane that's literally flying around our property right now, eating all our fish, and it's been so fun to watch it. This thing reminds me of the way the crane looks when it comes in. Isn't that about right, hon?
Yeah. Crane might be bigger.
Oh yeah. Take off flaps. Gear. Oh, dang it. I got the gear late again. Thrust reverse, and yes, it does work, guys, to stop you in a hurry so you don't run into the shore. I just love it. It's so much fun taking off this direction out of the flaps. Gear up. Oh, and it's so much fun, folks. So much fun. I hope you guys can hear it in my voice. We don't want to make a hard sale on these planes because a lot of times they sell themselves, but this one here in particular, oh my goodness, if you have a pond to fly from, and even if you don't, you can fly from grasshops. This plane is going to be a really fun addition to most RC fleets that I can think of. Inside pass good? I hear something buzzing. I don't know what it is.
I wonder if it's a decal.
You think it's a decal? And we have 3 minutes 35. I'm gonna scroll over to telemetry in safe. Turn this way, plane. Okay, so we're at 15.1 volts, got tons of power. Now in safe, guys, just showing you what it looks like. I'm letting go of the sticks. Nice, gentle corrections. Now with safe and takeoff flaps, no problem, still have good roll authority. If you guys are gonna fly this plane, my suggestion is you fly it in calm. It seems to be a lot more docile and fun to fly. I'm gonna take this long and deep channel here. Man, this thing, it feels like it'll fly forever, but guys, it doesn't. Gear coming down. Oh, it's so dang gorgeous. She'll plop on you at the last second if you're not expecting it. There it is. Let the surface tension do its job. Oh my goodness. Oh, when it falls off the plane, I just absolutely love it. It is so dang pretty and so gorgeous. Guys, it is easy to fly. It's easy to coordinate everything. Even with the thrust reverse, it's really not bad. And if you've ever flown any sort of float plane, you know what I'm talking about. There's always ambiguity of exactly how the thing is gonna handle on the water. And I gotta say, even if you forget the gear, can I show them what happens? Gear up, gear down. There's plenty of power to push you up, but it is better if you can push off and have those things in the right position first, because they do have a locking mechanism. They seem pretty rinky-dink when you touch them in person. But let's see another takeoff. We got 15.41 volts. Good on time. Timer for 10 minutes for our warning. Gear going up. We're gonna take this long corridor for a nice smooth takeoff the way it would be in real life. Bug, of course, on my left shoulder, driving me nuts. Guys, why do the bugs always get on your elbows? Excuse me, my elbow. Try to do an inside pass here, Camel Crew, you good? Okay. I'm gonna step back just a hair. Inside pass, inside pass. Gotta get here. Oh man, that is so dang sick. Do a nice barrel roll here. So now, is this thing gonna be a 3D compatriot? I don't know, I suppose if you're really into that sort of thing. 1 minute remaining, that doesn't mean we're gonna be out of juice. I guarantee you we are way more efficient on this flight than we were on our first. I know we were digging out of the hole a lot quicker on each of our takeoffs. But boy, oh boy, look at that thing coming. Watch the gear. Oh, that is so cool. Gear going back up. Gear going back down. Oh man, I love it. So guys, those features, they seem like sort of fickle and pointless when you see it on the computer screen, until you're in person and you're commanding it. It is so much fun, and it makes the experience so much more cool. And I gotta say, you can technically land it on grass, but that would be sacrilege if we're flying literally on a pond. So let's take this out and take the long path, okay guys? This is a long corridor. I'm actually gonna take a right turn. I'm gonna line up with this final. She's calling out the time, so I'm gonna respect the timer. Looking at those lights to help me organize my level. Okay, gear coming out. A little bit of throttle, getting it in. Guys, learning the new land, guys, totally. Full landing flaps, and there it is. Yes, yes, yes. And no thrust reverse until just now, so I can turn that thing and you can look at how beautiful it is. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful landing. I gotta say, I love flying this thing. It is very fun. It looks the part. It does everything you expect it should, and it does it well. And all the while, it looks ultra scale. And I just love all the control authority that we set it up with. Watch our on-box build radio setup. It's a long son of a gun. And I promise you, if you watch the whole thing, you'll probably hear things that we shouldn't have said and things that were pretty hilarious. But at the same time, it was also kind of frustrating because we had to take the tail off. Our quick disconnect came off on the rudder link that goes to the back. But man, and by the way, I'm giving it, just so you can see, I'm barely giving it throttle. I'm just giving it kisses of throttle here, just to move it around. And I gotta say, I think I could probably go a little bit longer. Do you think maybe one more sorties? You wanna give a shot from the dam?
What's your voltage?
My voltage at 15.2. Let's go up to the dam and show them one more flight. We'll see if we have better visibility ourselves. Guys, we're still learning this territory here. Okay, here on Brian Phillips RC, we've been investing boatloads of hard-earned money to build this dam runway. And now we're flying off of the dam, which is gonna be amazing. We can't wait till this is paved and we have another amazing place. We could actually film from on top of there if you wanted, but I think the middle of the dam is where we wanna be.
I'm trying to not fall in the water
Guys,
today.
Permits approved, the building's happening. It's just a matter of time. We're just waiting for weather, things to dry out. Of course, it was dry. Then as soon as the permits get approved, rain. So here we are. If you've ever done construction, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
This should be good.
All right, so we're gonna do one sorties. And guys, it just has plenty of power to make the pivots. We have 25% up on one, 5% down on the opposite. There we go. Into the power. There it is. Get it in the air, out of the gear. Oh, I love that line. It is so beautiful. I love watching the water drip off the back of the main boat. It's so dang gorgeous. And we're still doing good on power, 14.8 volts. Let's bring it down the damn runway. We'll probably bring it around here, hon. And we have visions of grandeur for this property. Obviously, when we moved in here, what's it been, 6 years or so? Mm-hmm. We knew it was gonna be beautiful because it was beautiful the day we bought it. But we're trying to improve it and not take away from the absolute gorgeous nature of this property. We've been really blessed to be here. You guys have helped make it happen. But really the first 20 years of my career and my wife's careers really is kind of what made it happen. Now we're just seeing the culmination of a lot of that hard work, guys. I want to encourage you, if you're brand new to the hobby and you like grass landings, that's how you do it, okay? So grass is tall here, you may have noticed. And I was just getting ready to encourage you guys about how awesome the hobby is. Well, that does happen when you're flying. So sometimes you just take your licks. And I'm gonna tell you something, the throttle cut's on. I haven't done anything special. Looks like my rudder is kind of screwed up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand this to my camera crew. Throttle cut's on, throttle sticks down. I didn't realize just how intense that grass was, but look what happened to one aileron. It got broke down, so that's unfortunate. And then our rudder
is
is screwed up.
There's a chunk missing off of the tail too.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, the rudder is screwed up, but there is a little chunk missing.
But guys, all I got to say is this plane is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, the grass landings, I would recommend a little shorter than waist high or chest high. But what an amazing plane. This thing is a joy to fly. Flying in this environment is a joy. Flying in tight areas can be a little bit challenging, full disclosure. And we're gonna pause for a second, see if I can find that tail section and come right back. It wasn't hard to find, guys, it's right here. This thing just goes underneath the rudder. So it must just caught. So yeah. I'll put that in some warm water and I'll stick that back on with China glue. Guys, what an amazing plane. In fact, everything but the rudder, I think, is working. And it looks like my aileron, the aileron ripped off the controls. So I'll have a little bit of work ahead of me, but boy, oh boy, what a great experience. Don't let any grass that tall. Flying in from water is just an absolute daydream. So I'd highly recommend you check it out. And you got to see a daylight flight in the bright sun and wind, and you got to see a flight in the calm, in the still of the evening. And that is definitely the better of the two, okay, if I had to pick. The calm, the still, this lumbering beast loves it, okay? You get out in the wind, it starts turbulating, the wing starts jumping around. I highly recommend flying in the calm. It's just an amazing experience. So definitely check it out, guys. Links in the video description below should be available today to order. And if you guys want to help support Brian Phillips RC, follow the link and you will help support us. If you want to see more content, maybe not the Catalina and something else that's been recently done or maybe not so recently done, you could head over to brianphillipsrc.com or bprc.me. That's our website. That's the short link and the long link. Either way, it gets you the same place. And everything is sorted by type or the brand or the affiliate we worked with to bring you guys the footage, okay? So check it out in your convenience. Also, we'll link to the battery we use, 2200. And by the way, since the throttle cut's on, I can show you this now. We'll pop this open. Obviously, watch our unbox build radio setup. You can see it's pretty much right where it was supposed to be. And so that little rough landing didn't really do much to reposition the battery, which is nice. And I gotta say, this thing, it's a tough build because there's a lot of complexity if you do it the way we did it. But it's worth it. It's a great plane. You're gonna really enjoy it. So I would highly consider this plane if you don't already have one, okay? Now, other ways you can support us if you don't wanna buy this plane, we got links to the battery we use, the 3200 4S 50C pack. Also, we use an 8360T, which is a receiver we chose, and that was so we could get all the different features. Now, if you drop off reverse thrust and you drop off flaperons, you could go down to a 6-channel and you could get away with a 637T or a 631 or 630. Any of those would be great. You'd still get the AS3X and safe if you want it. But at the end of the day, I still firmly believe that even though the flaperons are probably not necessary, we didn't think they were necessary earlier, but that's largely because in heavy winds, you're constantly correcting for stuff and you're getting jostled and rolled a lot. So it feels like you have a perception of losing roll authority when you really don't. It's just that you're keeping up with wind all the time. So when it's dead calm, it's gonna be perfect, okay? So I would highly recommend doing it. We show you exactly how we did it. We had to split one Y cable and build one end. You could either solder it on or you could do it the way we did it, but we'll show you the entire exhaustive procedure, okay? And we actually did it before we built the plane, which was smart. Usually we build the plane, then we unbuild the plane, then we do it, then we build the plane back. No, we didn't do it this time. We did it in order, and yet it still managed to be 4 hours long. You're welcome. All right, guys, it's called fast forward. Use it, please. But anyway, at the end of the day, we love doing this stuff for you. We want you guys to have the best, and that's why we put so much of ourselves into these videos. And so when we run into tall grass, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, this plane is great. It speaks for itself. If I would have been landing on a greasy, smooth piece of dewy grass, which is exactly what we have right now, it would have been perfect. But when it's, you know, like as tall as the plane, it doesn't work as good. Other ways to support us, Patreon for monthly support, YouTube members for monthly support, YouTube super thanks for one-time donations, PayPal for one-time donations if you don't want to be included in all that stuff. And then, of course, you have a P.O. box. But if you send something, let us know so we know to look for it. We don't check it often. All right, hopefully we answered all your questions. But if not, leave them in the comments below. And then on the way out, if you haven't already smashed the like button, please do it. The long format gets really squaw kicked in the newts here on YouTube because they just want shorts. And shorts are great and all, and we do lots of shorts because we pretty much forced to. But at the end of the day, shorts are not what we do. We focus on long format content where we bring real value to the RC community of people that are either returning to the hobby or brand new to the hobby. This one, of course, would not be good for a brand new pilot, but it would be good for somebody that's returning, maybe wants a little bit of a challenge, okay? All that considered, thanks for watching, guys, and come back for more. YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. We have something all new from Hobby King here. This is the Catalina 1.9. It is huge. I set mine up with differential thrust, counter-rotating props, and check out the landing gear. Oh yeah, that is so sweet. So we're gonna get started right now. I did set mine up with thrust reverse as well. That is an optional feature. There is an optional water rudder if you don't want to do differential thrust, but you do have to provide your own servo, and we do not know how to put it together because of the early release sample. Now we're gonna go out to the dock. This thing's a monster. It's huge. Look how big this thing is.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to be bringing it to you today. All right, so out come the landing gear, and let's see how this thing does. I don't even need to push back.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, throttle cuts off.
Okay.
Thrust reverse, oh yes. And differential thrust does work even though those motors are close together. And please forgive my algae. I did spend some time this morning trying to clean it. All right, I also set up flaperons as you can see. So here we go. Oh, she's in the air, no problem. And the AS3X Plus has her locked in. She looks great, but definitely very windy, very turbulent. And so up go the gear. That is so sick. Okay, so I'm gonna turn. Camera crew is gonna be careful not to move a lot because she doesn't want to walk into the water.
Do not.
But goodness gracious, the thing feels great right now. Definitely getting tossed around a little bit in the turbulence. And it's a different flying environment for us. But that 1.9 is so dang big, you can really enjoy it from a distance, which is kind of nice, something we're not used to. It's got a short body compared to the wingspan, so it's definitely a different look. Man, did you see that thermal action there? Try to give you guys some passes here, but just keep it in mind, we are flying in reality. Full throttle. Good on the differential thrust, helps with the yaw authority. We did have several kind of annoyances during the build, but overall went relatively smooth. I'm actually gonna turn up my gains. The thing has a super anemic roll rate, but it is actually quite easy to fly. I'm gonna slow it down, just see if I can get through some of this turbulence. Oh, that is so sweet. Look at those wings bouncing around and chattering. It's a little bit disconcerting because it's a monster and I want it to be in good shape for another flight. Camera crew, you need to stay where you are, please. Okay. I'm gonna bring it in, see if I can get this angle here. Of course, there's tons of rotor coming off that tree line. We're flying almost directly into the wind right now. I wanna see how this thing does for a lower pass. For being as big as it is somewhat responsive, and yet it definitely takes a little bit of flying. But then you can do this too. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that with a real Catalina. 4S 3250C is what we're flying ours on. Of course, you can choose to fly yours up to 4,000 milliamp hours, but it's just your call because there is quite a large battery bay. Now, camera crew, I'm gonna go past the tree line over by the house and around. This is a different filming technique for us because filming from the water in the certain daytime hours can be a little bit crazy for us. Let me see if I can go right over and we'll see if I can take this line. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Oh, that is a pretty sick line. It's gonna take some practice, guys. This thing is a monster. And when it calms down, like now, I might have to take and just try for a landing just to see how it does. Okay. Oh, that thing looks so good. Okay, low pass, hard on the throttle. Guys, the thing has plenty of power to get out of the hole, and quite literally, I need to get out of the hole when I am on those low passes. The wind coming back from our right shoulder over our backs. We are flying into the wind up that shelf there. Oh, that is so dang cool. Touch and go. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm hearing a rattle. It's making me nervous. Did you hear it?
I did not. I'll listen.
Let's listen. Look at the lights. Maybe it's just the cut in the, I bet it's the speed of the props actually hitting the turbulent wind. I want to see what happens when I bring it back down. I want to try another low pass this direction. Guys, this thing doesn't come equipped with flaps, but I set up flaperons. I'm going to tell you this right now. The thing slows down beautifully. You probably don't need flaperons, but boy, oh boy, that thing looks good going through that corridor. And I have to admit, a little bit of defeat here because I am just not used to this line. So please forgive the plane. It's not the plane's fault. It's my fault for being a little bit cautious on my new line. Because I gotta say, I don't wanna lose this beauty. And it's closer than it looks, folks. Woo! Little touch and went. So that's our 5-minute timer now. I think we're doing just fine on battery power. Now we do have telemetry, and you can definitely tell I did 25% one direction and 5% of counter thrust reverse, or not thrust reverse, but counter differential thrust, if that makes sense. So you guys watch our unbox build radio setup, you'll see all that stuff. Out of the throttle, the thing slows down nicely. And there it is. Let's see if we can take a landing. Yes, beautiful. Little bouncy bounce. Oh, forgot the gear. Put down the gear and throttle cuts on. Let's go over there and see if I crashed into our other dock. No, it looks like I just turned it.
Okay.
So we'll go on Nature Walk with Brian Phillips RC. Been doing some field maintenance here the last few weeks. And when I say field maintenance, I mean grass has been growing.
Yes.
And as you can see, we're over here just chilling like a villain. Landing gear locked down, no problem. We'll probably take off from this dock this time. Let's see, Long Island is really coming in nicely.
Yep.
And guys, check out the tadpoles. Look at them. There's just a few of them. You see them? Can you see them in the camera?
Yeah.
It's always hard to tell.
See them all move.
So as you can see, Catalina's just checking out this sweet watering hole.
That looks so cool.
It does look so cool. And guys, I gotta tell you, the differential thrust is where it's at. Don't even think about setting this plane up without it. I've got wind, and it's wind veining something fierce, but check this out. Even in the wind veining, I can go into thrust reverse and control this thing in reverse.
Wow.
So if you could do it in reverse, you could do it in forward. But one suggestion might be, look how tight you can turn that with the thrust reverse. I had no idea with those inboard motors, you'd be able to get away with that. You could actually turbulate the water, break the surface tension if it was a real calm day. It's actually kind of hard to break the surface tension when you're flying on super glass still water, okay? But look at that thing, still spinning away. So cool. And I gotta say, it gets out of the water really quick. It looks dang good. And look at that canoe on the side, so cool. And there's some algae, good, gross. All right, I'm gonna take off with the wind. I might go out here, camera crew. If you wanna film from there, that's fine.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Oh wait, actually, you know what we ought to do? Let's check our voltages because we can. Okay, guys, you aren't gonna be able to see it, but I will. Here, how about that?
Yes.
Okay, so our voltage is 13.8 volts is the low, and it's currently at 15.4 volts. So I'll just leave it in that menu, and we'll go ahead and start flying again. Guys, telemetry makes a big difference in flight security, okay? Now, we did set up differential thrust, thrust reverse, and we set up flaps, flaperons, okay? So as you can see, the flaperons are basically, here, I'll spin it around so you can actually see. The flaperons are super effective at creating extra drag, but I just don't even know if you're gonna need it. So I did have to simply modify the plane just a little bit to get that to work. And here's what's gonna do. I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna drag out a takeoff, and I'm gonna try to get out of the hole at just the right time. Camera crew, this is gonna be so sweet. You wanna stand on top of the rock, or is that a good angle?
I don't want to step off the rock accidentally.
Okay. I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna get into the wind. The wind is from our left shoulder now. So I'm gonna get up on a plane. Oh, that is so sweet. And then up go the floats. Oh, that is so dang sweet, guys. It looks so incredibly realistic. And as you can see, the shadow as we go by, the thing is lumbering and slow looking, and yet it's actually cruising along pretty speedily. And I'm just gonna take this different line. This is a little easier to see too, camera crew. What do you think? I mean, in terms of flying performance, I can definitely see it better. So guys, our pond is down low. Just to give you an idea of the performance level, the thing is actually doing amazing. No problem doing that barrel roll. And then of course, doing just a clean loop here, no problemo at all. And just coming in here, we'll go right overhead. You good?
Yep.
Then we'll fly over the damn runway. Then we'll take it around in the bowl and we'll head down the runway. Now this plane makes me think a little bit like you might get into circumstances where you're gonna get a lot of undulation left to right. Sorry, we're in a tighter quarters here, folks. If I have to cross in front of the camera, my apologies for me and the camera crew. We're doing our best. So I'm gonna go up real high here so you can keep sight of the plane. And I'm gonna turn it around here and I'm gonna hit this low point. And yes, I did set this up with safe. So why don't we show safe real quick? Here's safe, guys. Okay, so as you can see, when I let go of the sticks, it just does what it does. It levels out and there it is. Okay, so safe has that thing locked in really nicely, even with all the undulations and turbulence from the wind. Let's actually take a couple of safe passes. We're still at 14.7 volts, so I think we're okay for a little bit. So as you can see, we opened up our bank angle, so it's actually quite easy to fly with safe. It feels great, actually. Not usually a huge fan of flying in safe, so we'll go through that kind of a blind spot there. And then let's see what happens. Watch the gear, watch the gear. Oh, booyah! And there's a locking mechanism in there, so dang cool. Hard on the throttle. Just to kind of get out ahead of it, it was looking like it was gonna turn into a funny angle. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get out of safe and back in AS3X. So just remember, don't ride your stick while you're doing that. Might cause a problem, as in over controlling it. That is so cool with those gear down.
That is.
Okay, gear going back up so I can make one more circuit here. And I gotta say, sorry camera crew, I know I'm blocking your view a little bit as I do that. Okay, here come the landing gear. And I'm just gonna bring it down. It slows down really nicely, guys. I am amazed how good the slowing down effect is. Because really, I was afraid we were gonna have to have those flaps on all the time, but look at that. No problem at all, and there it is.
Wow.
Just bring it right into the ground, or in this case, water. And man, it just makes you wanna go back up and fly some more. Because with thrust reverse and differential thrust, the thing is just a daydream to get around. Even the canoes on the wingtips are doing just fine. Those pontoons are working perfectly to keep it from tipping. And boy, oh boy, does it look absolutely fantastic. And look, I can even slow down and arrest a stop. That is something else.
That's cool.
And look at this, these guys wanna get off right here. That is so cool. You can really control where it is. Guys, it's not dead calm out here. So I gotta say, at 14.9 volts, I think it's worth doing one more quick circuit and just show you some quick field ops here, or rather, short field ops. And we've got a little bit of an absent, devoid of wind, so I'm gonna take off the other way. You ready, camera crew? Yep. Here we go. Up on a plane. There it is, gear going up.
I can't believe how fast it gets off the ground.
Oh, it's awesome. Next to the cherry that we used to avoid all the time. It does just a fantastic job. Definitely has a little bit of a lumbering effect. If that bothers you, you're not gonna like this plane, but I like the way it flies. It's a different flight performance, different flight envelope than what we're used to seeing. I'm gonna take that landing approach. Okay. And I just gotta say, it's not hard to fly. The AS3X really makes it tame. Huge crosswind. And here it is. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bail on this one. Just a little bit too fast. Okay, out of the gear. It is a little bit different just because I'm not used to flying. Oh, I'd love to take this landing the other direction. Let's see if we can get it while there's an absent devoid wind here.
Okay.
Okay, we do get some strange wind conditions down here in this bowl that we fly in. So if I kind of carry down the damn runway, we've got the gear coming out. We'll kind of go right in this line, see what we get. Now, I don't think we're gonna get it too much wind from our left shoulder to right. Okay, out of those, and we'll just fly it out. Beautiful. Guys, really fighting some strong crosswinds here. And the thing is doing just fine. We're gonna turn around and double back. Lots of rudder to get that thing pointed straight. Tons of rudder authority here. Very easy to fly, but the confidence comes with AS3X Plus. I can tell you that. If I didn't have it, I'm sure I'd be shaking in my boots compared to what I am now. And the thing is just really fun to fly. And when it's fun to fly, you want to fly it more, guys. I got to tell you this plane is something else. You're going to love it. I would highly recommend that you consider it. And even if you skip it in for a landing once in a while, it's not a big deal because it's on plane. And look at that, when it falls down in the water, it just makes you feel good. It looks so real. It looks so delicious. And then give a little bit of thrust reverse here. We'll do a little differential thrust just to kind of point it back toward us. And I can give even more, just so you know, you can see that rudder working with me. That is so cool. Camera crew, what are your thoughts on the beauty of this thing?
It is really cool. It's just really different than anything we've done.
14.7 volts says take off. Okay.
Okay.
I listen. If the voltage talks, I listen. Up with the gear. Now, full disclosure, you can fly this from grass, hypothetically. But I am not the one that's gonna be landing mine in grass because we have a stinking pond, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell you this right now. If you don't see Brian Phillips RC doing it from grass, it's because he's taking advantage of lines that won't exist here in a few weeks when that building is up. Oh, that is so sick. Oh man, I am loving it. Okay, so just hard on the throttle. We're gonna take it around. I like that final angle so much better. Takes and gives us a lot more time to respond.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna take this a little bit different angle this time. We're gonna go out here. I have to kind of hang my head so I can see it. Then I'm gonna yaw into it, set up for a landing, put out the landing gear. Those floats do create a little bit extra drag. I mean, they're kind of there either way, but strangely enough, it pulls the center of gravity down just a hair, and it makes a big difference. You gotta stay in the throttle a little bit. Just remember, with differential thrust, sometimes you end up getting a kiss of thrust when you're giving yaw. Whoa. Well, I might have been out of power, but it looks like I landed in the water. So throttle cuts on. Let's walk over there and find out what happened. It's possible maybe I just lost power right at the right time. Yeah, 13 volts. That's pretty much what happened.
Okay.
So as I was coming in on final, I was evidently lower than I thought, but we made it to the water, so hopefully all is well. Throttle cut is on. We'll see how we did. That's one thing I was talking about in my video for the unbox build radio setup, and it looks like we're short over there. But like good Brian Phillips RC video, we're gonna try to walk it over to us because I'm too lazy to go get it.
Right.
All right, so I plopped in the water. I don't think it hurt anything, but we're gonna find out right now. And just so you know, it does take throttle to get back. So even with that steep, lumbering approach, I still needed power to make it over there, and I just barely made it.
Oh, it's beeping.
Oh, it is?
Yep, you hear it?
Okay, throttle cut is off. Let's see if it'll even go. Well, one of them will. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's beeping. I think what's going on is we're just basically low on power because we're at 12.9 volts. We'll see if we can get it back to us. It wouldn't be a Brian Phillips video if we didn't run it out of battery.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, let's get it to the middle of the pond
Right,
first.
you should have left it where we could walk to it.
It was already on the shore. Well, I want to make sure all the surfaces are working. Elevator's working, rudder's working, ailerons are working. All the things are working. And the wind is blowing it back. So really, if all goes wrong, we can just walk over to the beach. But I got to tell you something about that beach. Evidently, I am not gravitationally deficient because I sink in every, look at this, it's going backwards.
Right back where
like
it was.
It's in a hurry. It's like, no, I want to go back to the beach. So if you get a Catalina, wants to go to the beach, don't take it personally. It's just part of the way Catalinas work. All right, so throttle cut is off. I'm gonna see if I can give it one big old kiss of throttle. Yeah, it's like what's going on is one of the motors is kind of saying no soup for you, and one of the motors is saying, no problemo. That's why you saw it kind of go on the one side. Throttle cuts on. I'm going to admit defeat. What a sweet plane. That thing is so dang cool. I'm so glad we did it. It was a terrible experience building it because we ran, camera crew was shaking her head saying, no, it wasn't terrible. I remember doing it. It felt kind of terrible at times. It was just it was a lot of build, okay?
Yes.
Let's just say
because we did a lot of extra things.
We did extra things, and I can tell you this right now. I didn't even use the flaperons. I don't care.
I don't even know why.
I always think that I'm gonna need flaperons.
And
it's never a big deal.
No.
Okay, I'm in reverse thrust, throttle cuts off. I wanna shore it. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about it going away on me, okay? Throttle cuts on. I love thrust reverse. I love differential thrust.
For sure.
If you had a water rudder, we would have just broke it there, almost certainly. And I'm pretty sure we would have broke it on each landing, okay? So if you have the channels, remember, if you just want differential thrust, but you don't want thrust reverse, you might be a little bit lacking. Because remember, throttle, elevator, rudder, aileron, don't do aileron 2, gear, throttle 2, okay? So you're gonna be into 7, which puts you up to an 8-channel receiver if you wanna do thrust reverse. And all you have to do is Y off and go to the yellow plugs, which are just the signal line, because the power and the ground carry over to the ESC on the first main plug, okay? So when you get this thing, check out our unbox build radio setup. It's long, but it's very detailed. It's gonna show you all the different things you want to learn. And my only suggestion is maybe just don't do the flaperons. I don't think they're necessary. If you were flying from grass, you're gonna slow down really quick anyway. In fact, I think flying from water, you're gonna tend to have more difficulty slowing it down, and we had 0.
Right.
Because I'm taking a steep approach from about
you're way
250 feet up, straight down, and then I'm cutting in here, and I barely made it, which is crazy. I mean, I plopped in. I'm glad it didn't damage anything. I got kind of lucky.
Yeah.
And we've recovered to 12.5 volts. Should I try to push it over here? You think now that it's calm?
Maybe. I still don't think you're gonna get it.
Throttle cuts off, forward thrust. It's like no soup for you, Brian. It says no soup for me.
The other thing is we did the differential thrust differently on this than we did on the Avios Twin Otter a couple weeks ago.
There's a second motor setting, and it made the throttle cut so much easier. It was like a 3-second process to turn it on. Every time the throttle cuts on, I never get an yaw that translates to anything. Obviously, in that Twin Otter video, we showed you how to do it, which is nice if you don't have the newer, latest and greatest firmware. But in this case, we do have the latest and greatest firmware, so it's no big deal. Now, I gotta say also, the size and beauty of the plane is part of the reason why it's kind of a tough build. It's just big. It takes up a lot of room. It's kind of hard and awkward to flip over. And we accidentally unplugged our rudder plug. So just do yourself a favor. It's got a keeper tab on it that holds. Ours didn't. It's still yanked out. Yep. Throw a piece of tape on there. Save yourself the trouble. And yes, you do have to glue the tail on, which is beyond me. But everything else is bolt together. Go figure.
Yep.
I don't know why they made that decision, because it is the kind that needs to slide into an angled hole, which wants to push out, okay? So we ended up just ultimately gluing it and then taping it. Now keep in mind, we had to undo it once, which was a pain. That was partly my fault, partly the clip's fault for not holding on. But save yourself the trouble. Plan on taping it. Once you glue it, just tape one side, hold up the tail, tape it, go flip it upside down, hold up the tail, tape it, you'll get it tight, it'll be fine. Once the China glue is cured, you'll be fine.
Yep.
If you use epoxy, it'll go in there, it'll be great. But just remember, if you use epoxy, you're not gonna get it apart to fix your plugs if they ever do come undone, okay? Yeah. Now also serviceability, we feel like the plane has good serviceability on everything but the tail. Okay, you understand when you get it. There's also a hatch on the top that allows you to put in the mechanism that's needed for the water rudder. We could not figure it out. We did not have a manual.
Right.
2 reasons why we didn't figure it out. Early release, didn't have a manual, and there was parts that were missing, AKA the servo. It is evidently an upgrade. It's an optional feature. Don't do it. Do thrust reverse or do differential thrust. The differential thrust is going to be just fine. If you're on the ground, differential thrust will work better anyway. There are not actually retractable landing gear. It's just the retractable floats on the wingtips, okay? So I kept using the word retract, and I don't want to deceive anybody here. There are fake landing gear on the real spruce goose, they'd come out and they got a really cool articulation. And then there's a nose gear that comes out. On this, there is no fixed landing gear. You just land on the belly. The belly pan is reinforced with plastic. I don't know if I trust it, but it is what it is. Also, I was just gonna tell you, in this heavier wind, watching it come through, that wing does this as it undulates up and down. I'm fearful that the wing struts are eventually gonna rip out. They are strong and necessary because they're only 2 big bolts, and big plastic reinforcement on the top that's about this big. It holds that wing down. I'm still a little bit concerned about how long that's gonna hold on if you fly in heavy winds. But ordinarily, we would not fly a float plane in heavy winds. It was calm, we missed a calmer window, then it got windy, then we flew in it. This is what it's like to run a YouTube channel. All right, so Dead Battery is calling me saying, replace me so you can fly some more. And guess what we're gonna try to do? Because of the beautiful lights, we're probably gonna try to get an evening flight if weather cooperates. If it doesn't cooperate, then no soup for you or me.
We'll definitely do a second thoughts.
Yeah, second thoughts.
We'll be flying it.
We have lots of second thoughts to do.
Yep.
Our most recent construction woes have prevented us from doing second thoughts for a while, and we're just getting to the point where we're almost ready to start picking that back up. And speaking of construction, permits all approved on the building.
Yay.
Everything is done. Even the letter of opposition got crushed because it was ridiculous and idiotic. So that's done. So if you sent it, thanks. We appreciate you. But that being said, we're about ready to start. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be extremely expensive and it's gonna be a little bit stressful. So I'm ready for it. These planes are gonna help. They're gonna make me happy. They're gonna make me cool and collected. Right?
I hope so.
Wishful thinking. But that being said, guys, here on YouTube, on Brian Phillips RC, we're gonna bring the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God, so we can get you out of the chair and into the air. And the best way to do it is smash the like button right now so we don't disappear. Okay? Now, secondly, if you're gonna subscribe and watch more footage that we have filmed, we have something like 3,000 videos available right now. Click the bell for notifications. You'll be notified when new stuff comes out. Or head over to brianphillipsrc.com or both. brianphillipsrc.com can be reached by bprc.me and /supplies if you want to see the supplies that we use. bprc.me is the same place as Brian Phillips RC. You just don't have to spell. Okay? So check it out, bprc.me. You can sort by type and by affiliate that we worked with. And if you don't want to support us in those ways, please, by all means, consider buying the plane from the links in the video description below. You'll help support us financially when you do that. If you don't like this particular plane or you find it to not meet your fancy, we totally understand that everybody has certain tastes and expectations. If this plane doesn't appear that it's going to meet yours, buy something better, buy something different. We totally get it. We're here to serve you, the hobby community, and not Hobby King or E-Flight or any of the brands we work with for that matter. We're here to serve you guys. Okay? So hopefully you can see that. Also, if you want to support us in other ways, we have monthly support through Patreon, monthly support through members on YouTube, YouTube Super Thanks for one-time donations, and PayPal for one-time donations if you don't want to be in one of those clubs where you have to give them information and stuff like that. We totally understand. And then a P.O. box if you need to send us something. Let us know in the email when you're sending something because we don't check it often. All right, that's all we got for you today. Hopefully we answered all your questions and a little bit more. This Catalina is awesome. It has its faults, but it's still awesome. And I think it's really good. So I hope you get one. If you like it, get one. Check it out. Links in the video description below. Oh, also 3200 4S 50C Spectrum pack. Obviously, when you're at Hobby King, you can order the packs they have too. You will support us if you follow the links. Your order should, all total up or whatever. No big deal. We use China glue from a competitive offering. We'll have that in the supplies tab. We'll link to the supplies tab today so you can get that if you need it. We did use China glue from a different brand. You can use China glue from Hobby King as well. So when you're ordering the plane, you can get the China glue, or when you're ordering the AR 8360T, which is what we used, or alternatively, the 637T, or alternatively, the 631 or the 630. Any of those would be fine, but just remember the AR 8360T gives you the flexibility for thrust reverse and differential thrust, as well as spoilers or flaperons, okay? In our case, I didn't even use the spoilerons or flaperons, not even a little bit.
Of course.
I used them on takeoff for 10 seconds, realized I'm not gonna need them. The next time I get calm, I'll play with it, see how it slows down. I don't think it's gonna matter, especially not in this environment. Okay. All right. Hopefully we answered all your questions, guys. You know what to do. Come back for more. Thanks for watching.